What's good, YouTube, and welcome to another KaibaHacksDartz Yu-Gi-Oh video. Today we're coming at you with another Dollar Tree pack opening. Now, these have been pretty spicy in the past, so we're back at it again. You know, these are 10 pack cards, $1.50 Canadian. Of course, we got them at the Dollar Tree. We got 6 of these boys this time. You know, sometimes we switch up the numbers on these boys just because there's so many of them. But we'll pop into this first little sauce packet here, this hot sauce packet. And as always, if you see anything of value or, you know, interesting misprints, defects, stuff like that, let me know. Otherwise, we'll hit this first one, see how she looks. We got Groza, Tyrant of Thunder, is what it is. Looks like an Overload Fusion, which is very decent little sauce for the Cyber Dragon deck. We just recently did a deck profile on that, but we'll keep it to the side for sure. In the interesting pile, Chow Sai, the Ghost Stopper. I don't think I've seen this one before, but I need to play. Very interesting. I like him. He's tacky. He's got some sauce. Time Thief Bezel Ship. Time Thief Bezel Ship. Sorry. I'm just butchering it. Valiant's Dominator Duke. Mad Hacker. Classic little boy. Oh, the Scrounging Goblin. Very cool. You know, if I pull some goblin-y sauce together, could be there. Designer Frightfur. Oh, the Machina. Unclasper. We just recently did a Machina deck as well. It has a lot of sauce. And the Naturium Mole Cricket also showed up in the Pineapple deck as well. All very saucy cards. So we're off to a banger start. As we head into the second one, good time to let you know if you like these videos. We do them pretty often, so make sure to subscribe and like. You know, leave a comment, like I said, if you see anything of interest. As well as if you see something you want me to make a deck around or make an update, you know, for. I am down to do that. Ghost Trick Shot. I believe we have a decent amount of those. DDD Headhunt. Performal Pal Lady Ange. Kind of cool. Fury of Fire. Solomon Great support. Scion the Valance Archer. I always see this card and think it's like that Ninja Pendulum, or there's a couple Ninja Pendulums, Twilight guys that are got a little bit of sauce. Yazi Evil of the Yang Zing. Looks half generic-y, you know? Especially good for worms, of course. Super Heavy Samurai Kabuto. I know there's a couple people that love the Super Heavy Samurai stuff. They pop off when they see it. We'll get there on a deck eventually, and of course we're pulling little bits of tech. We haven't seen this one before. A little interesting pilot. Abyss Stingray. You know, it's a level 5. It's got okay attack. And it can't be destroyed by battle. It's kind of nasty looking. His little eyeballs, I don't like them at all. Well, interesting pile. Reinforcement of the Army's troops is a half-decent little, you know, support for warrior stuff. Oh, Yoshiro of the Aqua. You know, the big Bazumba deck's coming very soon. We're working on it, and this is going to be some tech in there. Of course, it's going to go in the interesting pile. Shouts out to the big Bazumba deck. Moving on to the next one. Let's hit her up here. This will be about the halfway point, I believe. We got Dinomorphia Shell. Oh, Flower Dino we see a lot. Very weird sauce there. Scareclaw Slash. Xyz Sly Dolphin. I was going to be like Slitto Dolphin. I was like, I don't think that's right. Runic Alert. I like this. Very cool. You pop off hard with that, I believe, you know. Neroy the Dreammere Trader. Fluffle Bear. Classic little Fluffle stuff. You know, we could get there eventually on a Fluffle deck. Reformal Pal Thunder Rhino. Armored Dragon Ritual. And Kashtira Ogre we've seen a couple times recently. Sliding into the next one, let's see what we got. We just did a super wonk cut on that one. It's always a good time to plug my other stuff. Make sure to check out the KaibaHacksDartz Discord. Link in the description. Lots of Yu-Gi-Oh discussions going on there of different formats and, you know, polls and stuff. Rooms for remote duels. Gunkin Sue Ship by Curry Class Dreadnought. Real good sauce with the Gunkin Sue Ship stuff. Like I said, we've basically cooked up full decks, including this one from these packs, and it's actually a pretty sauce-worthy deck. I recommend checking it out. And we're teching it up slowly, and there might be a new update coming soon. Zombie Reborn, great little piece. Dino Wrestler Marshall Enga. Oh, I'll always take a trap trick. Great support, especially when I'm pulling nonsense. You know, pineapple deck support. It's got the pineapple blast. Lots of little traps that are fun that I'm looking for. Backup team. Remember, this card's kind of weird. Could be some sauce. It's kind of like a magical mallet trap that can be reused, so I'm kind of feeling it. Super Heavy Samurai Soulfire Suit. Another Super Heavy Samurai sauce, of course, but Fright for a Factory. So, you know, we're getting pieces there. Fabled Marcosia. Sorry, sometimes I get lost in the cards. Oh, Tobari, the Sky Ninja, is an absolute piece for the ninja decks. So we're going to keep them here just in case. You never know for, one, I don't know if I have a full set of them in the deck. Can't remember. 2, for the Ninja Penguin Ninja deck that I want to cook up. I'm always rambling about it. It'll get there. We'll get there eventually. Second to last pack. Give her a flip. We are pulling some decent little saucy plays. Dogmatica Macabre. Magic-y Locking. Soul Binding Gate. This card looks pretty nutso. And I know Z1, I see Z1 in there is some sauce. Very weird. Very weird card. I'm going to keep it in the interesting pile. You know, like I said, it's interesting. Basil Rose Shoot. Scrap Wyvern. Absolute little saucy piece. We're cooking up a scrap deck. Free range monsters. Gotta love double summoning cards, you know, stuff that'll let you pull off arrivals, stuff like that. So, absolute good sauce. AI Shadow. Riryoku. This looks real old for sure. Add the same amount. You know, this could be some sauce. Especially if they have, you know, I'm thinking like direct attack plays and they have some big cards. Could be some sauce. Gotta love old cards. They got those big, stupid, weird effects. Breath of Acclamation. And your Sartic Drytron. We're almost coming back to that full circle, though, where maybe cards don't have as powerful as an effect. Well, sometimes they do, but they just have like 8 effects, or, you know, and so much synchronicity. Bust into this last one, if I can break the seal here. Kind of cut it a little high. Get the sauce out of the way, a little garbage. We got Dinomorphia Shell. Crow Tengu. Heritage of the Light. Kind of saucy. Ooh, taking 2 with me. Guitar Gernard's Dugonius. Reminds me of the fish dudes in like Legend of Zelda. Majora's Mask, those kind of guys. not interesting pile worthy, at least at this point. Gagagoo Punk Crash Beat. Another little bit of sauce for Gunkin Sue Ship decks. You can never have too many. Pretty good. Condolence Puppet. The one that looks like some real doo-doo. I saw some doo-doo. Charge into a Dark World. Okay. You know, there's some plays there. I don't know necessarily what I'd use it for, but... And Gigantes. Very classic stuff. A little poo-poo, though. And Laundry Trap. So, for a pretty decent little run-through, especially for, you know, the Dollar Tree packs have been popping off. That's why we've been hitting them up recently. Decent little interesting pile. Uninteresting pile. saucy, weird pile. But we'll run through quick some of the stuff we got. As I said, let me know if there's anything of value, interesting stuff. I know some people like to try and point out what the most interesting card that I may have pulled in this video is. So go ahead, take that challenge if you want. But usually there isn't too much sauce of, expensive stuff. Other than that, make sure to check out my other content. Like I said, I do deck profiles, deck updates, deck lists, whatever you like to call them, as well as like pack openings of real packs, not resold stuff like these are. And, straight from Konami. Yu-Gi-Oh! DIYs, Yu-Gi-Oh! Guides on, how to summon, how to build decks, stuff like that. Lots of more content coming in the future, so I recommend you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know when future content's coming out. And otherwise, thanks for watching. Peace. What's good, YouTube, and welcome to another KaibaHacksDartz Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. Today we're here again with packs we got at the Dollar Tree. The 10 card, $1.50 packs, Canadian. We have stepped it up a little bit today. We have 90 cards worth, so 9 packs. Quick math, And very similar to our dollar store pack openings. Our Value Village thrift store packs, Walmart packs. These are resold packs. And they can have some pretty fun cards, some gimmicky stuff. Sometimes stuff that's worth a little bit of change, You never really know, so we'll hop into it. Make sure to like, share, subscribe if you like this content, because we do this pretty often. Let's get into her. Ga shield. Kind of strange, Feeling it, though. Ooh, Evil Hero Wild Cyclone. I'm feeling that. That's going to go in the interesting pile. And we got some upside down boys. Looks like a Castell, though. Castell. Breath of Acclamation. The Castell we will throw in the interesting pile. Oh, lots of good stuff. We keep doing lots of flips here, but lots of good stuff so far. Dragonic Pendulum. Puny Penguin is a great card for the Penguin deck. We've done one of those and another update coming soon. Marine Cess Current. Zoha, the Odaic Boundless. Cool times. Bayrock Dragon. Submarine Tour Ride. Pretty cool. These packs are definitely a little bit of a switch up from the dollar store kind of resold packs. Especially with the, the 10 card limit we got going here. But they are just as fun and just as interesting. Skilled Brown Magician. Great card. Let's see here, we got Go Golem. Kind of cool. Pretty basic. Dream Cicadia. Kind of cool, I feel. Interesting pile for the boys. Performal Pal Fire Flux. Tore Apart. Very strange. I don't think I've seen this card before, but I like it. I like the little faces. As always, if you see any cards that are, worth something, maybe are a misprint or a defective card or something you have a story about, you can always let me know in the comments. I love to read that stuff and reply. Hero Challenger Morningstar. Solar Wind Jammer. That one we just read upside down. We're like, whatever. The Iron Chain Blaster. I used to have like a real poopy Iron Chain deck back in the day. I don't know. I don't know if they've gotten any support over the years. Ogdotic Origin. And Decisive Battle of Golgonda. And as always, if you see some cards or in like an archetype or a specific gimmick you want me to make a deck around, I do tons of deck profiles on the channel. So, go ahead and let me know in the comments, and I'd be down to do whatever. If your life points are lower than... Okay, I see. Kind of cool. That could be some pop-off tech, I guess. I don't know how you'd get down to that exactly, but it's kind of cool. Legendary 6 Samurai. Gotta love the Samurai stuff. Oh, a Dynabase. We pulled one of these last time. Nice little card for sure. Dogmatica Nation. Moya. I don't know. Kind of cool. I like him. He's going in the interesting pile. I'm feeling him. Maybe he is like a secret Karibo like Sangan is. Check out our theory video. Windwitch Freeze Bell. Rage of the Deep Sea. Revival Gift. Kind of cool. Could be some tech to this. Could be some tech. And Zelemond Catalyzer. Must have been another one. Well, like I was saying, make sure to subscribe if you're into this content. We're almost at 750. It is greatly appreciated. Oh, I didn't slice the top of that one. Just not high enough. There we go. Should be good now. The one thing, like I've mentioned before with these packs, is obviously there's a lot more of them, so it does produce a little bit more waste, but it kind of is what it is. Submarino, another tour ride. At least we're getting some switch-ups from the regular Dollarama packs. Ritual Beast Tamper, Zephyr Ramplica. Dyna Tank is very cool. I didn't know there was like more Dyna stuff. I kind of only knew about the Dyna base, to be honest. But this is pretty cool. Machine kind of dinosaur-y tech. I'm sure there's some cool decks around that. Melfi Hide and Seek. We got the Brain Golem. Cool. Kind of cool. I like it. Could be some fun tech there. Symphonic Warrior DJJ. Very fun, very fun. Gotta love all those music-y cards. Do a flip here. Bull Blader. Very fun, very fun. Power Injector. A classic boy. Classic boy. Ignister Prominence. The Blasting Draco Slayer. Quite the name on him. Underworld Ritual of Prediction. So far, so good. So far, so good. Pop open another Juan. Another good time to plug some more stuff. We do have a Discord in the description, the KaibaHacksDartz Discord. Lots of Yu-Gi-Oh! Related discussions going on there all the time, so I recommend you check it out. Dimension Conjurer. Shadow Zephyranga. Oh, I don't know why I put him in the interesting pile. He's not too interesting. At least right now. Dyna Base. I guess we're kind of getting a Dyna deck together. Could be something fun to pull. Galloping Gaia. We'll definitely take. Interesting card for sure. Wait, why did we keep throwing cards in there? We're trapping. Calming Magic. The start of a main. Very weird, very weird. I guess if you could pop it off on their turn, I kind of like it. Colonel on the G-string. I've won some duels with him. Don't underestimate the Colonel on the G-string and his power. Achacha Chenbara. Cool. Doppelganger. This is a very decent card. Interesting pilot. Evil Dragon Anata. Very cool. And Ninjutsu Art Iron Digger. I always say dagger, but it's a digger. We got 4 more of these boys left. Slide open and do another one here. Like I said, if there's anything of value so far that you've seen, any misprints, defective stuff, interesting cards, you know, maybe you whoop someone back in the day with Ritual Beast Tamer, this guy again. Maybe, you know, let me know in the comments. I love to hear those stories. The Dyna Tank, once again, we could maybe cook this deck up. Interesting pile. I'd have to look into it a bit more, but let me know if that's something you want to see. Capricorni as Dark Lord. Kind of weird. Against the Wind, classic Blackwing support. Matter Acer. I'm not even gonna try with this one. Looks like some sauce though. Madolce Crufsant. Card Rotator. Very strange here. Kind of fun. I like it. Meh. Just meh. Laughing Puffin. And a Ghost Trick Shot, which I know we have a set of, I'm pretty sure. So we don't need any more of that. We'll continue on. 3 more here for the boys. Lots of other content that I'm up to, like I've mentioned, though. Make sure you check that stuff out. You know, deck profiles, Yu-Gi-Oh! DIYs, guides, etc. We got Ice Shade Erosion. Erosion. Interesting pile. Dark Artist. Such a weird card. Such a weird card. Gotta love him, though. Dream Cicadia. Once again. We'll throw it in the interesting pile. You and AI. We see this card very often in these packs and related packs. Kokimaru Ice. Kind of cool. Theory and Blaine. Oh, we got that. We got some Dustin support here. I think I have like one other Dustin card, but it is an interesting kind of deck to possibly cook up. Something else I could maybe do in the future. Interesting pile though. Camran. Beautiful, beautiful little boy. We got Damage equals Reptile. Battle. I guess this is something. It's kind of got like Jaden on there, which is weird. I don't know. Was there like a moment when he got messed up by a snake? Oh, an original bamboo. Very nice. Throw that in the interesting pile. That was a good little sauce on one of these last packs. Good little sauce. Let me know as well, like I said, how you feel about these packs. And in comparison to maybe, you know, like the Dollarama packs or the Valley Village ones or Walmart, you know, the other resold packs. Branded Disciple. Infernoid Jet. I don't know how you'd say that. Another Dynabase. We're just swimming in them. And the Fury of Kairoshan, it'd be cool to make like a torrential tribute kind of watery deck. Berserking. I believe we did see this last time. But it is, you know, it's a saucy little card. Well, interesting pilot. Do a flip. Judgment of the Branded. Another Solar Windjammer. Ooh, a Snow Dust Dragon. This is very fun. Very fun. This could be preluding something I have in the future. We're interesting piling that for sure. Ortronic Monotron. Cool. Cool. Ayers Rock Sunrise. That's actually a very decent card. Lots of good uses for that in many decks. Hanshi Kaiudo Spirit. Keep moving here. Get this. Just trying to get the pile organized. Last 10 card pack. Looks like we've had a pretty decent little run, but let's see if we can cap it off. Maybe pull something very fancy. We got Eudora of Fate. The Watt-tail Dragon. You never know when this could have some sauce. It's definitely got some weird text to it. Important. Rules and is a level 6 offense. Alright. Lots of weird text. Dream Cicadia. Might as well complete the set, I believe. Yangzing Brutality. Could be saucy. I was just taking it in. Inzektor Exostag. Colonel on the G string once again. And yeah, I know it's C string, just so you know. Rage of the Deep Sea. The Trojan Horse. Offering to the Snake Deity. Very cool. I kind of like it. Could be some sauce. I do have a reptile deck kind of in the future. Won't give away its full what it's going to be, but I'll give that. But that was a pretty decent little run through. As always, we'll check the interesting pile. This is our non-interesting. In comparison, dropped Karibo in the background here. Set him back up. The stand kind of fell. We'll set them back up. We will run through the interesting pile. What makes them interesting? You never know. Could just be potentially what I'm working on, or some plays I see with them. But it's subject to change in the future. Like I said, if you saw anything of value or interesting, maybe you have a story behind something, you saw a misprint, something defective, let me know. I always love to know in the comments. And like I said, make sure to check out my other content. Lots of stuff going on, lots of Yu-Gi-Oh videos pretty much every day being posted, and we're almost at 750 subs, so it'd be greatly appreciated if you could like, comment, share, and subscribe. And otherwise, check out those other videos like I said, and thanks for watching. Peace. What's good, YouTube, and welcome to another KaibaHacksDartz Yu-Gi-Oh video. Today, we're here with another Dollar Tree pack opening. These are the 10-pack cards, $1.50 Canadian at the Dollar Tree. And, these are some pretty decent little packs. Usually we've been doing Dollarama packs. We've hit Value Village, Walmart packs, all the different resold, repackaged packs. And, it's some pretty fun, saucy little stuff. So, of course, we'll bust open into this one. I believe we have 7 packs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, hopefully we'll have a little sauce here to look through. As always, if you see anything of value, let me know. We'll do a little flippy dip here. Sometimes we flippy dip at the beginning, sometimes we don't. That one looked real messed up. Let me know if you see anything of value, anything interesting, misprints, defective cards, anything with a story. Epsilon, Yosenju Sword Sting. Ooh, this is very nice, though. Lamia. Kind of cool. I'm liking it. We'll move this down so we have a bit of a room for an interesting pile to the side here. Destiny Hero Draw Hand. Kind of cool. Valence Voltage Viscount. We've seen him before. War Rock Medium's kind of meh. Oh, the big Nostril Warrior. The Schnoz Warrior. We've seen him a couple times, though. Super Heavy Samurai Giga Gloves. Got shouts out to the people who love the Super Heavy Samurai stuff. I know some people sound off sometimes. Specifically for that, so a little interesting pilot. That deck's coming soon. Wind Witch Blizzard Bell. Silent Wolf Calupo. We see him a lot, too. So that was kind of a meh pack, but we'll hit the next one. Of course, if you find this stuff interesting, you can always check out the KaibaHacksDartz Discord. Lots of discussions going on there about Yu-Gi-Oh! And such, different formats, remote duels. You got so much upside down sauce, straight up sauce. Number 9, Dyson Sphere. Isn't that the name of one of the Dyson vacuums? Is just straight up like a Dyson Sphere. You got the old vacuum here. It looks like some good level 9 tech, of course. Interesting pilot. Performal Pal Odd Eyes Valet. Valet. Marine Cess Cascade. Absolute Backjack, I believe. King Backjack. Yeah, it was close enough. Pretty dope card, though. Obviously it's supposed to be like a Jack from 5Ds. Symphonic Warrior DJJ. We've been seeing him, too, quite often. Tripod Fish. Ooh. Diceversity. Kind of cool. Not exactly like the kind of dice play I'm used to running, but kind of cool. I'm sure there could be some interesting stuff there, but we interesting piled it. Spriggan's Captain Sargus. Sargus. Armor Dragon Ritual. The Psychic Rover we'll maybe throw in the interesting pile. He is a dice card, but he's a weird dice card, that's for sure. Neroy the Dream Mirror Trader. Very weird. Don't know if we've seen that one before. Sure there's lots of tech to him, though. Moving on to the next one. Like I said, good time to shit out other stuff while we're always moving these packs around, getting them ready. Check out the other pack openings. Lots of various legit stuff, as well as Walmart packs, Value Village, Thrift Store packs, Dollarama, Dollar Tree, your dollar store packs of all kinds, and more. Reversible Beetle. Is he a column card? Yeah, actually, we're going to throw him in the interesting pile. We might be cooking up some column deck power. Sage of Wisdom Himmel. Looks like a cool guy. White Dragon Wyverbuster? Wyverbuster? I guess they got some kind of back and forth play. I'll keep him to the side. Looks like he's got his own kind of thing going on. Runic Smithing Storm. Musical Sumo Dice Games. Is there actually some dice tech in here? Looks like it. Looks kind of slightly confusing, but I'll throw it in the interesting pile. Could be something. I believe this card is very stupid. Electromagnetic Bagworm. Oh yeah, he's like machine insect jowls kinda. I like him. It's going interesting pile. I think jowls is better, but it is what it is. Doomdog Octhros. I have never seen this card. Very strange tech as well. I'm going to throw him in an interesting pile. Irma Dragon Ritual. And Tilting Entertainment. We've seen this one before. We've seen that guy before. Busting open the next one. Oh, let's hit it. Oh, if we can get him out of there. We got Dumatacabre. And then some upside down cards. Attachment Cyber. Looks like a card that should kind of be a union card, but kind of cool. Well, I'll keep them in the tech space. The interesting pile. Sylvian Dance Peon. Some plant tech, I guess. I don't know how inherently useful it is, but Flawless Perfection of the Tenyi. Full Tenyi stuff. Another flip. Quick Booster. This is actually a great card. I think there's a lot of potential to this card right here. A lot of potential. Quick Booster's going interesting pile. I know I need at least one more of it. Fire Opal Head for a set. Elegy the Melodious Diva. Elegy. Never really got into melodious stuff. As always, if like I say, if there's a deck profile or something, a gimmick you want me to try and make a deck around, I do deck profiles pretty often. Performal Bowhopper. S4 Specimen. And yeah, but if there is anything interesting, let me know in the comments. I'm down to make decks about pretty much anything. And get into different Yu-Gi-Oh! Tech, learn the lore. Do some flippy dippies here. We got the Skilled Brown Magician. The poop deck will come someday. I promise. Shouts out to the people waiting for the poop deck. Actually, we'll keep them in the non-interesting pile because I know I have like 100 of them. Do a flip. We got a Cyber Dragon Dre. He is what he is. Interesting pile. We did just recently do a Cyber Dragon deck. Or it's not the top tier of stuff, but I recommend you check it out. Motor Frenzy. This card looks pretty hardcore. If this tributes some cards into the grade. Ooh, okay, well, he's got a lot of fun-looking tech. This looks like some fun stuff. Salomon Great Foxer. Just got lost in whatever his name was. Motor Frenzy. Mad Max. Pendulum Switch. We see that a lot. Same with Ani Bimaru Soul Sweeper. I guess he is some level 2 tech, though. Another super heavy samurai guy. I believe we've seen this one before. But we'll still interesting pile them because it is a deck we're working. And then these last three kind of meh. Kagero we see all the time. Same with Blitz. Spring Goose. I don't really think we've seen before, but he is what he is. 2 more packs left for the boys. Good time to remind if you like this content, to like, comment, share, and subscribe, because we do this content pretty often. Hit that little notification bell if you like it, so you're notified when future stuff's coming. Dinomorphia Alert. Warrock Skylar. Almost made it into our Big Bob's deck. Throw that to the side, though. Immortal Dragon. is always kind of nice to see. It's quite a weird little zombie boy. So we'll interesting pile him. We got some more kind of zombie decks in the works. All we've done really is like Skull Servants. Marine Cess Mandarin. Cosmic Cyclone. I believe I'm up to like 15 of these now, just because of how often I'm pulling them. Let's see here. Ghost Trick Siren. Go Gorum. Dizzying Winds of the Yosen Village. Ancient Warrior Saga. And Decisive Battle of Golconda. So not much sauce left on the edge of that pack, but we got one more coming in. This is where we pull it. Some mega sauce, some big money. Oh, doll happiness. Dragonic Pendulum. Scareclaw. What is this? Straddle. Scareclaw Straddle. Crosskeeper. Valiant's Dominator Duke. Big Duke. Just me spinning cards. Tier Elements Merly. I don't know how hardcore that is into the strat. Obsessive Uvaloop is, he's quite a piece. This thing. Chronomaly Tuspa Rocket. Okay. Kind of cool, I guess. I don't know the Chronomaly stuff that well. I don't know the plays too hard. XYZ Reversal. XYZ Reversal. Fairy Archer. Gunner. Gunner. Oh, and it's a plant monster. Very weird. Kind of cool. Looks like some good sauce. We'll throw it in the interesting pile. I took it in for a minute. And Rush Warrior. Other than that, it was a pretty good little run through. We'll, as we always do a quick check of the interesting pile. At least what I found interesting at this time. We'll do a quick little slip. Sauce for days. Weird little stuff. The gimmicky stuff. As always, let me know how you feel about these packs in the comments. I know some people love them. Some people hate them. Some people are talking about the different variants, that we see in around different stores. Let me know how you feel about them, or if you have anything to say discussion-wise. Otherwise, make sure to check out my other content. Like I said, I do Yu-Gi-Oh! DIY projects, Yu-Gi-Oh! Openings, Yu-Gi-Oh! Guides, basically anything Yu-Gi-Oh! Related, and videos almost every day. So, like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like. Hit that little notification bell, like I said, so you're notified when future content's coming out. And otherwise, thanks for watching. Peace. What's good, YouTube, and welcome to another KaibaHacksDartz Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. Today we're here with another one of the channel classics, the Dollar Tree Yu-Gi-Oh! Store packs. 10 cards per pack. I forgot how much they are per pack, maybe like $1.25, $1.50, something like that. But we love these gimmicky kind of packs, the dollar store packs, the Walmart packs, the resealed stuff. But sometimes we find some absolute gems, so a good chance to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you want to show some support for the channel. Do all that good stuff, but we'll bust into her right quick. We try to do this pretty actively on the channel, as well as normal pack openings, non-repackaged stuff. Is there any rhyme or reason to how they kind of come out of the packs? Not really. Backwards, upside down, you can see it. Ghost Trick or Treat. Kind of saucy. I do want to make a Ghost Trick deck at some point. I like that flip sauce. Maybe interesting pilot for now. I'll try and flip some of these around. Decisive Battle of Golconda. We've definitely seen that a lot. Recover. We've seen this a lot as well, I believe. Phantom Beast Crosswing. Gazelle, the King of Mythical Beasts. He's limited edition, too. I kind of like the look of him. Maybe I'll make some kind of Gazelle deck. Let's see. Labyrinth Chandler? Dragler? Kind of interesting. I like the labyrinthy sauce. Branded Biffallen. Not too interesting for us at the moment. Battle and Boxer Big Band-Aid. Bandage, yeah. I always like their sauce, but I don't think I have enough to bring together. I had a buddy back in the day who used to love them. I don't know how much, like, sauce they've gotten in a while in terms of, like, you know, beef and their power, but I could be wrong. That could be crazy. Very weird. Very weird. Kind of one interesting pile up and mimicking Maneater Bug. We love this guy. He's an absolute sauce piece. Lots of usefulness for him. Stars align across the Milky Way. Kind of weird. We're gonna throw it in the interesting pile. We got locked into that pack pretty hard reading cards. It has been a little bit since I've done one of these, so you know I'm getting into them, and a lot of the times I'll just forget the random sauce I see. Neroy, the Dream Mirror Trader, absolute trader here. I'm not gonna read his effect because it looks huge, but if it's interesting, let me know. As always, if there's anything you see that wait, you can turn one face on. Very interesting pile of that. But if there's anything interesting you see that I skip over, you know, that's maybe worth something, or you know, has a cool story behind it, maybe let me know in the comments. Any trivia for some cards, always love to see it. Looks like it could have some potential, but Witch of the Black Forest. Absolutely beautiful. Cybersaurus. Very cool, very cool. This card is not treated as a cyber card. That's pretty funny. That it says that. Pretty funny. Maybe pulling the stuff I do in the Roid deck. Melfi Hide and Seek. Photon Trident. Throw that in the interesting pile. We're working on some like Photon Galaxy sauce. Infernal Queen Salmon. Soul Scissors is a nice little card. Absolutely little decent sauce piece. For sure. Moving on. Getting lost in the sauce. Let's see what else we got here. Do a flip ski. Oh, I hate this guy. Ani Mibaru Soul Sweeper. We see this guy so much. There's some cards that we just see so often. Makes me want to cry. Hanshi Koyudu Spirit. But it's the way she goes, you know. Stained Glass of Light and Dark. You could, wait, Fiend. You can make your opponent draw one card, then discard one random card. Then if they still have a card in their hand, they can discard one card. Wait, they discard one card. Very crazy. I kind of like the sauce that's going on there. It could be like, there's a lot of different decks I could go in. X Exclusion, I like the card. Don't know if I have a specific use for it right now. Nauru Arise, the Vernal Dragon. Looks cool. A couple of random sauce pieces we see a lot. The Margin Trading and the Gunkin Suship Daily Special. Probably have 1,000 copies of Gunkin Suship Daily Special. Performal Pal Lizard Draw. The 13th Grave. You gotta love this guy. Good to have random sauce. We might, I believe he is a Dungeon Dice Monsters monster, so maybe I could use him for that. Making a little minifig of him. Little mini sauce. I believe we have 4 more of these, including this one that I'm popping open. Oh, it seems we went the wrong way. Turned down a dark path. Dogmatica Kamacabre. As well, let me know how you feel about these packs. I know some people have some strong opinions both ways, good and or bad. It's kind of good. Kind of like that. Oh, Fist of Fate. It's actually a decent little pull. I like that. I do want to make it like an obelisk deck soon. Plus, I think I did, you know, some generic-y God Sauce decks. Could be useful in. You got spoiled a bunch here, but it is what it is. Amazoness Golden Whipmaster. Laundry Trap. I remember this card being kind of weird. This is a lot of sauce here. Not interesting for now, but I'll kind of remember it. Kashtira Ogre. Branded Bond. Stellar Knight. Proision. Stellar Knight, sorry. And Performal Pal. Cell Shell Crab. Stars align across the Milky Way again. I'm going to throw that in the interesting pile. I'm feeling that sauce. It seems like some good kind of generic-y ritual sauce. Just toss the packs behind me until I clean it up after the video. Dynamorphia Shell. Couple cards here that are upside down. Curse of Arameter. Kind of cool, I guess. Oh, Junk Archer. I'm loving this Junk Archer. Very fun. Making like a junk deck could be something cool to do too. Plus, he's decent like generic-y sauce too for what he is. Not super generic, but obviously Junk Synchron is half decent. Wait, when this card attacks with attack that is higher than the defense of your opponent's... Okay, that's kind of cool. I kind of like this guy. Interesting file. Sometimes I'm just studying that card, reread it 3 times, make sure I'm really getting the true. Doom Bear. What is this guy's name? Zephyr Saber. Swordmaster of the Necros. Crazy. Fire Formation Tenki. It's kind of cool. It's kind of good. I'm going to throw that in the interesting pile. Tier Elements. Perlegia. Not too interesting for me. It has a lot of sauce, but most cards do nowadays. Good time to promo some stuff. You know, I also do deck profiles, you know, deck list, deck updates, whatever you like to call them, as well as, you know, pack openings of regular stuff and this stuff, like I said. So check out those videos as well. Curse of Arameter. Just cards we've seen before. What is this thing? What do we got here? Crimson Nova Trinity, the Dark Cubic Lord. Holy. That is very, very nice. Very nice. Not useful for me, but nice. And our third one. We got a set. That's all you can ask for. Thrawn the Discipled Angel. Kind of cool. Overload Fusion. half decent. I'm going to throw it in the interesting pile because I might need that sauce. Fusion substitute. Kind of cool, kind of cool. I'm kind of happy to pull that. Always looks nice. You gotta love the polymerization. Guys. Guys. Artifact Labras. Artifact sauce is pretty good, pretty good. Magic key unlocking. And Exeep, Omen of the Goatee. Omen of the Goatee. Last pack, let's bust open into it. We're trying to rip through it quick. Bam. Let's see what we got here. Do a quick sauce flip. Oh, S-Force Lapiswell. We see that guy quite often. Maria the Forgotten City. Kind of crazy. Interesting pilot. We're always doing water sauce. Things called Umi is always good. Dragon Knight Draco Equist. Kind of crazy. Interesting pile, I think. I think, he says. Do a quick flip. Prediction Princess Biblamoose. We've seen her a lot. We've seen her a lot. Pen. I hate this sometimes, you know, trying to say these cards. Pendransaction. Pendersaction. Sometimes it's just too difficult. I don't know these big words. Fusion Gate, of course, we're going to take. Just some great sauce. Shogi Lance. Kind of cool. Performal Pal, Stamp Turtle. It's kind of fun. And Tier Limits Grief. So, a half decent, you know, interesting pile. A pretty large, non-interesting pile, but we'll do a quick run through. Just so you can see what I'm kind of interested in. Of course, like I say, if there's anything I missed that's, you know, has some value, maybe cool misprint or something like that, let me know in the comments. Other than that, make sure to check out my other videos, you know, deck profiles, Yu-Gi-Oh! DIY projects. Some people are like, what does that even mean? Go ahead, check the channel. You'll find out. we got playlists for all this stuff, of course, if you want to get in deep. Some long form videos, you know, for sleeping, homework, stuff like that. All kinds of different Yu-Gi-Oh! Related sauce. Like I said, other than that, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when future content's coming out. Check out our membership program. You know, button is join right beside subscribe, as well as probably in the description. So, make sure to check that stuff out, and thanks for watching. Peace. What's good, YouTube, and welcome to another KaibaHacksDartz Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. Today, we are doing another pack opening. You know, we've done Value Village, we've done Dollarama, we have done Walmart, as well as some others. Now we are hitting some Dollar Tree Yu-Gi-Oh! Packs. As you can see, they are 10 cards. I believe it was $1.50 each. Canadian, of course. And as you can see, they are cooked up by the same company as the Dollarama ones. Just in a 10-pack variant. And we have 6 of these boys, so 60 cards if you're good at math. But we'll pop one open to start her off. I have no idea if these have some different ratios or, you know, value to them in terms of the Dollarama packs. But we'll check them out and see how they flow. And if you're into these videos, of course, we can do more in the future. As well as, like I said, we have lots of other ones we've done in the past. We have Ice Jade Erosion, Psychic Rover. Ooh, already something very strange and new here. We got the ZS Ouroboros Sage. Very nice. Very weird. Don't know really what he does. Another very strange card I've never seen. We got Ryoku Guardian. Ooh, some kind of Gate Guardian support. Very nice as well. We'll throw that in the interesting pile. So it seems we are getting some same sauce, but some different stuff as well. Synchro transmission. Flip these boys over. Morphtronic scanning. See, we see the obsessive Yugioh every once in a while, but it's still a good one to see. I don't believe we've seen the Groza Tyrant of Thunder in Dollarama packs before. Oh, we dropped one there. Tier Limits Crime, we do see. Gusto Vetter. Have not seen before in these, in the pristine packs, I guess you call them. We'll hit another one. A good time to tell you, if you like this kind of content, to like, comment, share, and subscribe, because we do this pretty often. Well, pack openings that are adjacent to this, at least. Repack pack openings. We'll do a flippy dippy here. We got Makira the Destructor. Very nice. Very cool. Must be some kind of combos you could play off with that. I kind of like it. Throw it into the interesting pile. Seems like it could be some cool sauce. Rainbow Bridge of the Heart. A very nice card to pull. We're pulling some nice sauce from these. I think I will have to pick up some more. Indeed. Elemental Hero Neos Alias. A decent little, Neos card. Elemental Hero. Both kind of an archetype, I guess, at this point. Allure of Darkness. A great little decent piece to be pulling. Go Talisman. Kind of meh, not gonna lie. Fusion Gate, though. Very nice. And I'll always take a Magnet Warrior. We're pulling all kinds of nice little pieces here. Very much enjoying it. Let me know how you feel about these packs, of course, as well. Ice Jade Acti, we will take. Tri-Brigade Rugal the Silver Sheller. I haven't seen him before, but we'll throw him in the interesting pile. He could be some sauce. And Doll Monster Miss Magin, I believe we have seen in some normal packs. So a couple more to go here. Nice to take them in, of course, on this first run. Trailblazing these Dollar Tree packs. I have actually, I hit the Dollar Tree regularly. Never have seen them before. Saw them and I thought I'd pick a couple up to start it off. And we could, maybe increase the number we have in each video in the future if that's something you'd like. Monster Rebirth. Kind of a wonky, weird card, but we'll take it. Crystal Aegis. Another nice crystal card we'll take. We got a Baxia Brightness of the Yang Zing. Very cool. Inzector, Swords Excalibur. We see that quite often. Armory Call. Tier Elements, what does it say here? Metanoise. I believe we've seen, maybe not. It's hard to remember. We do see a lot of Tier Elements sauce. Dino Wrestler Rambraccio. Might be a kind of new one, hard to tell. He's got quite the gut on him, though. Gutanimo Bay. Dino Wrestler Gutanimo. Hanshi Kyudo Spirit. Spirit Pendulum Monsters, kind of funky. We'll throw it in the interesting pile. You never know when we're cooking up some stuff like that. Kashtira Ogre is very nice. Interesting pile. Giga Thunder, Geeklops, I think we've seen before. Not 100%. But these are nice. These are pretty refreshing, It seems to be a cool little switch up. Like I said, I'd be down to do more in the future, just like, comment, let me know if these are something you're into, as well as the, maybe the Dollarama packs, or some of the other stuff like Walmart packs or Value Village packs / thrift store packs. My Mutant. Ghost Trick Siren, very nice. Double or Nothing, I remember being quite a strange card. Strange card indeed. Spirit Message Eye, which is kind of cool. A Destiny board deck is something I want to make eventually. I do have some of the pieces for that, I believe, kicking. Xyz Tribe Arrivals, like other than just the the main kind of board. Christian Ryan. Psychic Shockwave. Very cool, very cool. Kind of nice. You know, we'll throw it in the interesting pile. Obviously, it's Jinzo support mainly, but who knows what else it could tech into. UA Librio Spiker, Librio Mira the Star Breaker, and Linear Equation Cannon, which is just a funky card. If you haven't seen it, I won't read off its effect, but just a very funky card indeed. Moving up here. Oop. Sorry. Slice into the second last one. One thing about these is they do create a bit more plastic waste in terms of the channel here, which isn't the best, but you know, it is what it is. We gotta hit them. Smoked Mosquito, Performal Pal Lizard Draw, Lizard Wizard itself. Dynabase is actually quite a little piece. Nice little card. Frightful Jar. Berserking. Kind of cool, kind of cool. I'm sure there's lots of tech you could use that in. Looks like we got a mainly upside down sauce. Magic-y Duo. Abyss Warrior. Look at the nostril on him. You gotta love cards that have like a type in their name, but they're not that type. That's the way she goes. Or just kind of look like they'd be not that type, whatever they are. Staunch Defender. Very weird. Very, very strange indeed. I kind of like it. Staunch Defender. Could be the next meta play. Look into it now. Pot of Riches. The pot that doesn't get as much love. One of them. Tearlament's Heartbeat. And we got one more that we will sauce into. Try and run through relatively quickly. But another good time to say, you know, check out the KaibaHacksDartz Discord. Link in the description. Lots of good Yu-Gi-Oh! Discussions going on there. DDD Headhunt. Performal Pal Thunder Rhino. Another Dynabase, which is nice. They're not too bad. Not too bad. Super Heavy Samurai Scarecrow. I know there's a couple people that get real hyped when they see the Super Heavy Samurai stuff. I'll get there on a deck soon. I don't know the full tech other than, you know, defense attack. But I don't really know how the link plays go with that. Inzector Exobeetle. Not too shabby. You know, he's decent. He's decent. Looks like we got a big flip here. I see a ninja at the end. Windwitch Chimes. Mogmole. This card is destroyed in the graveyard. Oh, okay. Kind of cool. I like those once per duels. Sand Gambler. Nice. Nice Sand Gambler. Coin deck is something we'd like to make. Oh, and a Snake Rain. Also kind of tacky. Could be something in the future that I use the Snake Rain for. And Kegaro the Cannon Ninja. So, of course, we got actually a fat, decent, interesting pile that we can kind of run through like we do with the Dollarama videos. If there was anything, you know, of value you think I missed, or, you know, a misprinted defective card, something of interest, maybe you have a story about something, of course, let me know in the comments. But I think this was a decent little run through and a good switch up. You know, it seems like there's a decent amount of different cards in there. Some that we see a decent amount of, some that were just not interesting, but we don't see a lot of. And in the interesting pile, we did get a lot of different weird techie stuff that you could see in future decks that I work on. So stay tuned for that. And like I said, if you like these packs, make sure to let me know the old 10 offs from the Dollar Tree. Let me know, you know, and I can try and pick up more of them and do more of these vids. Other than that, check out my other content. You know, I do pack openings of real stuff, like of, you know, actual straight from the source packs, not these repacked packs, you know what I mean. And, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! DIY projects, guides for different strats in Yu-Gi-Oh! And different ideas and such. all kinds of Yu-Gi-Oh content. So I recommend you check out my channel. Like I said, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know when future content's coming out, especially these videos if you're enjoying them. And otherwise, thanks for watching. Peace. What's good, YouTube, and welcome to another KaibaHacksDartz Yu-Gi-Oh video. Today, we're here with another of the channel favorite, the dollar store / Dollar Tree Yu-Gi-Oh packs. You know, these are some absolutely gimmick-filled packs. You know, usually nothing too valuable or anything, but we love to open them. Absolute classics here. And of course, these are the 10 card variants. I believe they are $1.25 each. I could be wrong, but I believe Canadian as well. And we have 7 of these bad boys, you know, the classic number. And we'll get straight into them. Of course, if this is your first time tuning into the channel, make sure to subscribe. We are almost at 1,000 subs, as well as, you know, all the other regular stuff, like and sharing, commenting. And otherwise, if you see anything of value as we go through or anything interesting, you know, something with a cool story behind it, go ahead and let me know in the comments. We don't have a real specific way of how we do this. We're usually just kind of flipping through them, looking at cards. Super heavy samurai, big warage. But we usually make an interesting pile. And what that interesting pile could contain, who knows? Photon Vanisher. I know there's the Photon Thrasher. I've never seen the Vanisher, to be honest. Misjudge is an actual pretty sick card to pull. That is a pretty dope one. We will probably throw that in the coin flip deck, which we recently did a deck profile on. Valence Dominator Duke. Pendulum Scale. Got a couple upside down boys. We'll do a quick flip-a-rooski. Electromagnetic Bagworm. I forget what he does, but he is quite the interesting name on him for sure. He's kind of like a Machine Jowls. Interesting pile. Shift, absolute classic card. Absolutely classic. Could have some fun uses to it, you never know. We were gonna interesting pile it. Luster Pendulum, the Draco Slayer. Decent. Oh, Amazonas Pet Liger King. I haven't really gotten into the Amazonas plays other than the Big Bob's Mega Melon deck, but that's mostly just fun stuff, not really like actual plays. And Rock Scales, we see him quite often. Blast into the second one super quick. Like I said, you know, we're almost at 1,000 subs, so if this is the kind of content you're into, as well as just other Yu-Gi-Oh content, make sure to subscribe. Very thankful for, you know, any of the supporters of the channel. Number 29, Mannequin Cat. We've seen this a lot. You know, obviously some half-decent level 2 tech / support. Lamia. I forget how, could be some fun tech there. I know the only really reptile stuff we've gotten into is the Feral Imp stuff, and he's not even a reptile. It's just the other Feral Imp archetype guys that are reptile. It's a whole weird deck. I recommend you check that out. Pendulum Switch, Scareclaw Astra. We're seeing a lot of classics here. Fishborg Launcher. You gotta love this card. Absolute classic retrain. How useful he is specifically is, you know, up to debate, but we'll interesting pile him. We're always working with some weird water tech. Tailor of the Fickle. Definitely a interesting card. And there's some weird equipped decks I have cooking up. You know, some stuff potentially in the future. Yusarctic Megapolar. I haven't really done anything with the Yusarctic stuff. Don't know how inherently useful he is. Soul Scissors I love. He fit in the Malice Vorus deck pretty well. And, you know, we're still playing with his numbers, so that could be helpful. Doll Monster Bear. Just a normal bear. Grandpa Demento can patch us up. I don't know who that is. Grandpa Demento. Moving on, we'll hit the next one. We'll try and speed up a little bit. You know, we like to stop and, you know, smell the roses, per se. Stop and smell the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, literally. Let's do a flip here. We got the Dinomorphia Sonic. Looking pretty good. How inherently useful it is, I don't know. Dinomorphia isn't really my sauce. Mystic Macro Carpacide. Very cool. Very cool. I kind of like the look of it. Art's funky. Dream Cicadia. I believe we have a bunch of these, but he is some slightly useful tech. Yosenju Magot. Well, we are cooking up Yosenju deck slowly. All the pieces basically from these packs, so we'll throw it in an interesting pile. Pendulum Fusion. Oh, lost whatever that was. Parasomnia Pillow. Very weird. Very strange. I kind of like it. You know, I like those funky equip cards. Excuse the chirping in the background. It's just my quail. Achacha Chanbara. Very cool. Very cool. It's obviously some good little tech. You know, it's not a once per turn. I kind of like it. He's a fire monster, so the burn, you can feel the burn. Magi Geyer Panda. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. I like it. Could be some fun tech. Beasts are always real fun. See the Turbo Hot Rod or whatever. We love that card. We love that card. Resolificore Dreamia. Okay. Okay. And Turbo Tainted Hot Rod. Let's move on to the Shrek's one. The Shrek next. It's always a good time to shout out stuff while we're kind of rearranging the pack. So, you know, make sure to check out the KaibaHacksDartz, membership subscription. Just the little join button below near the subscribe button. Or there's a link in the description, fun little bonuses for a small little fee that helps to support the channel, help me keep videos coming out. Top Share. Kind of a strange card, but I like it. I like it. I think there could be some fun decks that could kind of revolve around strats like that. Marine Cess Current. Performal Pal Odd Eyes Butler. I like him. I like that he's a butler. He's going in the interesting pile. Yang Zing Brutality. Very cool, very cool. Malice Lady of Lament. Mad Mauler. I believe I have a lot of this guy. I know there's obviously some different Plague Spreader fill-ins, but I think he's the one I have the most of. Fishborg Planter. Very cool, very cool. Element Dragon. We've been seeing him a lot lately. Performal Pal Cell Shell Crab. I like it. I like it. He's selling shells by the seashore. And Tobari the Sky Ninja, which is just an absolute G in terms of ninja cards. Interesting pile. We love that ninja deck, and we got a a future deck update coming to it very soon with some fun tech in there. So I recommend you keep an eye out for that. Oh, Maple Maiden, probably one of my favorite synchro monsters, and it's just great that not a lot of people use it, but I do love it. Interesting pile. Doomdog Octhros. Could be cool. Could be cool. An interesting pile. Number 72, Shogi Rook. Very cool, very cool. Could be some interesting potential there. I don't know what level 6's kind of decks I could throw it into or try it out in, but interesting potential nonetheless. Lots of sauce here. Infernoid Piati. Quick booster. I love this card. I haven't really found a great use for it yet, but I love it. I forget what this dude's name is, or this machine. There's a bunch of stuff going on in this card from other cards. Crow Tengu. We've been seeing this guy a lot lately as well. But it is kind of an interesting card. Tripod Fish. We're getting lots of weird little fish cards here. Yeah, like I said, like I say usually, there's lots of interesting cards you can get from these. Sometimes some stuff with a little bit of value. Sometimes, some nostalgia bait. I do quite enjoy them, but, you know, let me know how you feel about them in the comments, if it's something you're kind of into, if you'd buy them, or if you just kind of like watching me open them. But like I say, there's some cool stuff you can find in them, and you know me, I'm running those gimmicky decks. I like the fun sauce over the kind of tier 0-y sauce. So this is a great place to find some fun resources, or maybe a new weird strat that you haven't really seen used before. Doll Monster Mismagin, we see this all the time. Shitall Zerfranga. Starlight Papillon. We're just running through it. Dodo Driver. Very strange. Labyrinth Archfiend is it's a decent little card. It's a decent card. A little interesting pilot. Ikaroku's Ledger Buck. We always see this. We always see here. Oh, a Puny Penguin. We will definitely take that. This could probably fit into the Penguin Ninja deck, because I think we already have 2 or 3 of them in the main Penguin deck. Dimension Hole. Very cool. Trade in. Absolute G stuff. We gotta love the more generic-y kind of draw power. Ogdoadic Hollow. Cool stuff for, you know, reptiles. We have some of this sauce in the Feral Imp deck, as mentioned before. And Celestial Apparatus Tessie. Tessa. We're just rambling. Let's move to this last one, the big daddy. Big money, no whammies. Let's see what we got. A lot of upside down cards. That's what we got. Ogdoadic Serpent Strike. Another great little reptile support card, especially for the specific archetype itself. Master of Endymion. Lots of text on this bad boy. Whoa. I've never seen this guy. Performal Pal Classic Karibo. He's a classic, man. I absolutely love it. You know we want to get a Karibo deck going soon. And you know me, I love the weird monsters that don't fit into stuff. So, Massive Morph. Kind of is what it is. Yeah, not amazing, but Reckless Greed, you know, I'll always take that. We need, like I said, generic draw support for all the various decks we're making. Do some flips here, spins and flips. Kind of ruins it sometimes, but moving so quick in it, you don't even know. Scareclaw Acro. See him constantly. Planet Pathfinder. Very cool. I like it. Kind of maybe one of the slowest ways to get out your field spell, you know, but I guess it's kind of quicker than Metaverse, depending on your take. The Earl of Demise. Very strange. I like him. Feared by man and fiend alike. Alright. The Dino Stir Power, the Mighty Draco Slayer. Very cool. And a Kagero, the Cannon Ninja, to finish it off. One of the most pulled cards out of these packs, I would say. But as always, like I said, you know, let me know how you feel about these packs in the comments. You know, let me know if there's anything you think I missed, anything of value, or something with a classic little story behind it. Maybe you kick someone's butt back with it, or kick someone's butt with it back in the day, sorry. You know, or just it has a cool little appearance in the anime, maybe something like that. You know, I always love the interesting lore. So go ahead, you know, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit up the other videos that drop on the channel. You know, pack openings like this, more legit stuff that isn't repackaged, as well as, you know, deck profiles, Yu-Gi-Oh! DIY projects, all kinds of Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, content. So I recommend you check all that stuff out. Like I said, make sure to subscribe. We're almost at that 1,000 subscribers. And, you know, we can maybe cross that threshold, start to make a little bit of cash, and put that right back into the channel so we can start making even more decks. Otherwise, you know, make sure to check out that other content, like I said. And thanks for watching. Peace. What's good, YouTube, and welcome to another KaibaHacksDartz Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. Today, we are here again with the Dollar Tree Yu-Gi-Oh! Packs. You know, $1.50, 10 cards, and we got 6 of these boys. So, we're going to hit them up. You know, as always, if you see anything interesting, of value, you know, misprints, defective stuff, let me know in the comments. Anything that I miss, of course. But we'll head straight into her here. Give it a little flip. These ones have been giving us some pretty saucy stuff, at least in comparison to the dollar store packs, the plain dollar store packs. Ghost Trick Siren, we see often. Majestic Absorption. Move things over a bit more. Valiant's World. Konig-Wissen. Very weird. Dino Wrestler Marshall Enkilo. Fair Welcome Labyrinth. Some Labyrinth sauce. Very cool. We're going to hold on to that. We're going to hold on to that. Predaplant Biblisp. Biblisp. Yeah, I think I'm saying that right. Pretty cool. Oh, a Deskbot 02. You'll definitely take that. Deskbot sauce is always good and a bunch of different stuff. So, you know, it is what it be. It does what it do. Performal Pal Spring Goose. Looking pretty pimp. Ancient Warriors Saga Chivalrous Path. And Blackwing Twin Shadow. A little bit of sauce there, a little bit of sauce. Bust open the next one. Good time always to promote stuff. Make sure to check out the KaibaHacksDartz Discord. Lots of little Yu-Gi-Oh discussions going on there. Oh, we didn't cut it high enough. We always do that with these packs. Link in the description, though, to that. Dinomorphia Shell. Amazonas Golden Whipmaster. No bobs here, no bobs. Not Drew Bobby. I don't know if the OCG version is different. Let me know, let me know. We got Viper's Grudge. Some reptile stuff, I would assume. Also, you can activate their Vex. Very good. I think this looks like some good sauce. Could be, you know, some good stuff for the Ferrolimp deck. That's like where all our reptile sauce has been going to. Infinity Track Crab Crane. Very cool, very cool. This could be some future sauce for you know, like Machina stuff or, you know, something. Malice Lady of Lament. Very cool, I guess. Could be some sauce. Could be some sauce. Got the Colonel on the G-string. I know it's C-string, just, you know, it's funnier with G-string. I've won some duels with this boy. He can be some sauce. He can be some fun sauce. Warrior decks. Depending on what it is, obviously. Fluffle Cat. Looking pretty legit. Stellar Knight Beetlejuice. Pretty cool. I didn't know there was a card named Beetlejuice. Betelgeuse, it almost looks like, but Performal Pal Thunder Rhino. Performal Metal Foes Fusion. Tier Limit Scream. I know we got a lot of Tier Limit sauce. I don't know if any of it's like too good, but we're getting there in the sauce. As always, if you see any cards or just in general you want to see something that you want to see me make a deck around or maybe update that I've done on the channel, let me know. I'm always down to do some weird gimmicky stuff or, you know, some archetypal specific stuff. Doll Happiness. Original Bamboo Sword is, you know, is pretty legit, We will take it. Promotion. I believe this is like the chess kind of monsters, like the pawn and the queen and whatever. I don't know how many there are exactly, but pretty cool. Some stuff I definitely want to do a deck on in the future. Dino Wrestler Terra Parcours. Pretty cool. Anti-Spell Fragrance, a classic. An absolute classic. Therian Stand Up. You know what? We'll take that Anti-Spell Fragrance. We'll put it in the interesting pile. We'll interesting pile it. I seconded it. Zero Zarok. We've seen this one before. Super Heavy Samurai Soulbuster Gauntlet. Dogmatica Genesis. And Tier Elements Grief. Well, we're about halfway through. We'll pull in here, see what we got in the rest. Of course, if you're liking this content, make sure to check out my other videos. You know, like, comment, share, and subscribe. We got lots of content coming out on the regular of very similar stuff, either legit packs or, you know, resold packs like this, and other content. Dinomorphia Diplos, like deck profiles and such. Infernal Queen Salmon. I don't know if there's any actual, like, real sauce to this. I believe we've seen some of them before. Make, like, a salmon deck, maybe. I don't know what the tech is for every card, you know. Valiant's World, Koenig Wissen, again, Koenig. Salomon Great, Wolvie. Very strange. Lilith, Lady of Lament. No doubt. Yamatako Orochi. We see this guy a lot. We see him quite often indeed. Canon, the Melodious Diva. Could be one of those ones that in the OCG looks different. It looks like there could be some sauce change here. Let me know. Let me know. Edge Imp Saw. Gotta love the Edge Imp stuff. Very cool, very cool. I'm liking it. Pendulum Encore. And Tilting Entertainment. Entertainment. Entrainment. Close enough. Only took me like 3 tries. Yu-Gi-Oh players don't read, you know that. Second last one, we'll bust into her. See what we got here. Summerade Tour Ride. We see this often. Very often. Scareclaw Decline. Ooh, Rose Shaman. I don't know what too much of the Rose tech is. I know we got a bunch of random Rose stuff. But I have to kind of look into it a bit more. Also, in the OCG, is this one different? I do not know. Interesting pile it goes. Defender of the Labyrinth. Some nice normal monster link support, I guess. There's probably better stuff, but it is what it is. You know, it does what it do. It does what it do. Compulse. We'll always take a Compulse. We got tons of them, but you never know. And you throw 1 or 2 in a deck just to finish her off for the time being. Exclusion. We've seen this one before. Seems half decent. Half decent indeed. Stellar Knight. Procyon. Stellar Knight. Close enough. UA Penalty Box. You get so much S-Force sauce, I don't know what's good or what. I would assume this is kind of good. It's special summoning something, you know? Or like So it's gotta be, you know, I don't know how good S-Force is. I'd assume not the greatest if it's showing up in here. Well, loading into this last one, let's check it out. Like I said, of course, if you've seen anything during the video that is worth some money, maybe a misprint or defective, maybe if you have a story behind something, we might have to cut this one a bit more. Hold on. Hold on. Cannot get that little nub there. There we go. Like I was saying, though, if you see anything interesting, you know, gimmicky, misprints, defective, something you got a story, let me know. The Great Double Casted Caster. Good little sauce here, I guess. Good little sauce. Skilled Brown Magician. You know, we're going to make that poop deck eventually. Swab the poop deck. Keep thinking maybe I should throw Plunder Patrol in there just because it would be funny because, you know, poop deck, but I don't know the logistics. Valiant's World again. Crazy that we're pulling it from these same packs. Marine Cess Battle Ocean. Senate Switch. I do want to make kind of a non-weather painter, you know, like Monster Zone base deck. Column based, I guess. So could be some sauce for that. I know I have a bunch of them though. Ice Jade Curse. I don't believe we see too often. But we will throw in the interesting pile. Could be some Penguin support, maybe. Penguin Ninja, Ninja Penguin. Fluffle Rabbit. You know, Edge Imp, Fluffle stuff could be something I could work on too. UA signing deal. That's pretty funny. Negative Armor Dragon. Kind of cool, kind of cool. I'm feeling them. They're an interesting pile. And then Tier Limit's Heartbeat. So, you know, some interesting stuff, some non-too interesting stuff. As always. Like I said, let me know if you saw anything interesting, but we will run through the interesting pile, at least for me, you know, very quickly. Like I said, I want to maybe cook up some Rose stuff. I got a lot of those pieces. But we'll look through. Looks like some half-decent little sauce, you know. There's the uninteresting pile, at least for, you know, the moment. As always, you know, make sure to check out my other content. Like I said, I do deck profiles, deck lists, deck updates, Yu-Gi-Oh! DIY projects, and guides on how to play the game. As well as, you know, other random Yu-Gi-Oh! Content, pack openings, legit stuff, as well as resold, repacked packs. So like I said, make sure to check all that stuff out. You know, otherwise, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you liked the video. Hit that little notification bell so you can see when future content is coming up on the channel. And otherwise, thanks for watching. Peace.